Peace. Real quick, right? One of the things I can't tolerate, tell you know, is the excuses that people make for racism. All right? When it comes to black and white people relationships, whether it's like our encounters with white folks, anytime a black person puts up something about race, there's always a group of racist white folks that come out and say their shit and their excuses on why they're being racist. Now let me tell you something about when black people accept that stuff. We start saying shit like, oh, everybody's human at the end of the day, unity. Fuck that. We're not all humans. You know why? Because some of us don't act like humans when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Racism is not humane, so I'm not calling you a human. All right? Bigotry is not humane, so I'm not accepting that as a human, as you being a human. You want to be a human and act like one. You talk about unity, then be unified regardless. I don't want to hear your excuses. Listen, you go on Facebook, there's a whole bunch of people spewing their racism. You go on Instagram, people are spewing their racism. And the reason why they're spewing their racism is because they can. There's no consequence for it. Because we're in a system that supported it from jump. Spewing their racism. They don't care about you. So why are you sitting there making excuses for them because some white women like you? Or some white men like you? Yeah, okay, those isolated people like you, whatever, they might not even be racist. That's fine. You got to treat people how they treat you. In the sense of, you got to respond to people how they treat you. Not to say that you got to treat them how they treat you, because that's a miserror. I'm saying you got to respond to people how they treat you, which means if you treat me like a dog or you treat me less than that, than a human, I'm not fucking with you, period. And I'm not going to push that we should fuck with you. Matter of fact, I'm never going to push that we should fuck with a group of white folks. Never. Now, are there white folks that I'm cool with, that I rock with? Absolutely. That still doesn't make me push the kumbaya shit, especially when racism still exists, especially when bigotry still exists, especially when we're in a situation where not only are administrations racist, and it's not just Republican administrations, Democratic administrations were racist too. You know what I'm saying? And they've been racist. Matter of fact, a lot of the KKK shit came from Democratic parties, right? And they switched it over after a certain period of time, right? To make it look like the Democrats were for us. But they all both part of the same fucking bird. The American eagle, the bird, the racist bird, that shit. Right? And then you got these people that come up here, and anytime you say something that has to do with race, white folks get upset. I don't give a fuck about none of you white folks getting upset. So when you can put your racist comments all you want, I'm a face-to-face type of dude anyway. So if you can't say it to my face, saying it on Facebook means nothing. Because I can easily erase that shit, because it means nothing, because you are nothing, because you're less than nothing, because you're not even brave enough to come at me, call me, or come into my face. And half of y'all don't even know me anyway. So I don't know why you would feel so compelled, right, to go on a comment or go on a post from a black man that you don't know at all. You know why? Because you are angered by the fact that we don't think of you like we want us to think of you. You want us to respect you, though you don't give us respect. You want us to honor you and worship you. It's not that time anymore. And I've never honored y'all, because y'all have a history that should not be honored. So why should I sit there and honor y'all? Because you feel a certain way about black folks. Like I said before, that shit is not humane, so why would I consider you a human? You are subhuman. You're sub-beast. You're not even a beast. At least beasts leave your ass alone. You know what I'm saying? Wolves and fucking bears and tigers, they'll leave your ass alone to a degree. Because the only time we get fucked up by them is when we walk into their habitats. And it's usually not us, it's usually y'all. You know what I'm saying? Same people that talk all that shit, they want to fucking put their head in the mouth of a fucking bear to see how many teeth it got. It's the same motherfuckers that's sitting there saying that black people are the most dangerous people in the country. That's bullshit. That's rhetoric. You just want to see somebody get killed. And you want to see them get killed because of the color of their skin. You don't even know where that racist shit come from. You don't even know the history of your ideology. Well, you know what's funny about that? I know the history of your ideology. That's why when I see racist shit, I scroll past it instead of react to it. Because I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get us to react so you can have a reason. And really, even if we react to it, you still have no good reason to be racist. You don't. Stop acting like you do. Oh, black people don't work hard enough. We ain't supposed to work for you. So there's that. Your bigoted mindset only makes you look more stupid. So, it don't matter. Say what you want. Because at the end of the day, don't tell me I need to freaking collaborate with you because you feel a certain way. If you feel a certain way about black folks talking about race, then stop making actions, stop making laws, stop protecting police and ICE and all these other motherfuckers around the racist shit that they're doing. And now you're starting to see black fucking ICE agents. Now you're starting to see fucking Latino ICE agents. You know what's funny about that? They did that way back in the 1700s when the American Indian War. America versus the American Indians. War. Such a misnomer too. Native Americans were getting tracked down by Native Americans who joined the military because they felt like they was going to have a better life if they just made them submit. And look what happened to them. They all got fucking put in concentration camps. Kind of like what ICE is doing now. And for the idiots that are saying, oh, well, black folks feel like this is not their problem. First of all, we have a bunch of problems. We ain't concerned with ICE, man. And I'm not saying that to be ignorant about it. I'm saying that to be real. We're not concerned with another stack of fucking bigotry and racism when we got enough problems plus our own. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just now starting to feel what it feels like to be us from your angle, and you're upset that we don't want to get involved, and we don't have to get involved, and we're not going to get involved. Many people like me are not going to get involved in that. We're going to get involved when it comes to us. You know what I mean? Just like the police. You didn't give a fuck about what the police was doing to us for many years until it started affecting how you looked online. That's what this shit's all about, right? Now you see shit online. Now everybody has a problem with it. This shit was going on before the internet. Police was made to track us down. So what the fuck? What more can ICE do? I ain't worried about ICE. And like I said, fix your own problems since you didn't fucking stand up for us. Maybe you'll learn a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Now they're shooting white folks and now y'all upset because we're not getting involved? What about all the black people that care? You didn't give a fuck about Sandra Bland, Mike Brown, Philando Castile, Ahmaud Arbery. The list goes on. Trayvon Martin. And these were recent. These were within the last, from the teens to the 20s. We're almost into 2030. Those are the recent ones. We're not talking about fucking Emmett Till, which happened in the 1900s for all y'all people that think everybody's old and shit. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't talking about freaking Medgar Evers who got shot in front of his house. You know what I mean? You didn't give a fuck. How many white people stood up for that? You know what I mean? Okay, some of y'all grandparents probably marched with Dr. King. Okay, how many of y'all have that fucking story? Oh, I marched with Dr. King. Who gives a fuck? You know, fuck if you marched with Dr. King. What'd you do when he got killed? You didn't fucking fight no cops. You know what I mean? You know, you didn't do shit. So cut it out. And you're not doing shit now. And for those who are saying I'm not doing shit, I do a lot of shit that you don't know. Because I don't have to brag about it. I'm not marching out there with y'all niggas doing all that shit that y'all doing. You know why? Because it means nothing. There has to be some type of action plan to ban the government's system. Well, I had a conversation though. So that's my thought on it. Peace.